Many women marry single dads, expecting a fairy tale, only to discover realities that they were never prepared for. It's not about his children. The question is, can you love a single father? My aim in this video is to help you to consider the realities that comes with marrying a single dad. So before you say I do, you have to watch this video to the end. And please subscribe if you have not. One important reality you are going to face is that his children are part of the package and they are a very important part of his life. So you can't marry a single dad to compete with the children. You either choose to compete with them and continue a lifetime of war, like you are going to be having the marriage and there is never going to be peace, or you choose to, build a relationship that will create peace and live a peaceful life. That is if you are accepted in the family. So you would either choose to compete with the children to get the father's attention, or you build, a healthy relationship of peace with them. Both of them requires effort and work. And you must understand that it takes a large heart to do this. So you must be very sure that you are ready for this reality. It's not a joke. The feelings you have for their father is not going to erase the fact that you need to extend the love to the children. So as much as you're going to be loving their father, be ready to accept the other packages, which is the children. Now let's focus on some truths that is going to help you to make your decisions right if you desire to marry a single dad. So the first thing to look at is to observe his parenting style. How he manages and raises his children says a whole lot about his maturity. So before you close your eyes and say I do to a single dad, you have to really look at how he manages his children. How does he treat them? How does he really carry them? It says a lot about what is going to do to you when you get into the relationship. Because of course, people don't change except they truly change. Like you need to really see the change on how they relate to the people they love. So if he loves his children, however he carries them is the same thing you should expect in the relationship. So it's just a matter of time. Once the chemistry of emotion goes off, you are still going to come down to the reality you're already seeing between him and his children. So next is to find out what his relationship with their mother is like. Don't close your eyes to this. It's very important because you are going in there to fit into a role that another woman had left. So what was the relationship like? How did the relationship end? What ended the relationship? You need to find the answers, find the information, and don't just judge from one side. Were there a healthy co-parenting? Are there unresolved emotional issues? Were they having constant conflicts and drama? Try to find out because you're about to wear a shoe that you have never worn before and another woman had worn before. But of course, that doesn't make the single dad a bad person. Sometimes it could be the woman that is the problem, why the relationship ended, or the case of the mates. But in any case, you need to find out what your truth is and don't rely on one side. Seek for accountability based on what you see already. Give it time to really find out, all you need to figure out because you're about to put your life on the line right now. So next is to discuss your role with the children. If the single dad already had grown-up children, it's important to know what you are coming in there to do in their lives because the children has the ability to complicate your relationship and your love life with their dad. So know exactly what the children expect from you. Do they expect you to play the role of a mother to them? Because I see some women who marry single dads and they want to be a mom to children that never wanted that. Some children just want to have the memory of their mother and they don't want any other person to fit into that role. Okay, you need to know whether they expect you to be a mentor, a mother, or just supportive. You need to ask them questions and be sure that your role is very clear in their life so that when you move in, you wouldn't struggle becoming who they never wanted you to be. And of course, that makes you feel rejected or, you wouldn't want to experience that. Another important thing is to consider if the single dad wants more children, if he wants children with you. Don't just marry someone because you love him and he loves you and you expect to, make him feel like having more children. Maybe you feel that you're going to convince him to have more children. Don't make him have more children when he's not willing to raise them or take their responsibility. I know a case of a woman who got married and expected the man to, make her pregnant, but the man said he's done. And that left her devastated and complicated because she has gone far in the relationship. Discuss your expectations and be sure that both of you are agreeing on something that would work for you as well, because you wouldn't want to get there and get disappointed. Because sometimes, many cases, a man who already had children wouldn't want to have much more. So if you really want to do this marriage with this single dad, you have to be sure that he wants more children, except if you don't. So be sure that your expectations are aligning so that you wouldn't struggle in the relationship. Again, a very important red flag you should take note of is how he reacts over his ex, especially when it's a case of breakup or divorce. Be very sure that you watch how he reacts about his ex. Does he complain? Like, is he full of bitterness, obsession? How does he react whenever he mentions his ex? He's going to tell you whether he's emotionally matured or not. Even after a difficult breakup, if you keep seeing constant bitterness, anger, obsession towards the ex, that's a red flag. An emotionally matured person would move on and forgive and let go, and of course, enjoy and be excited about you that is standing before him, and not just get angry over the past. And if he continues like that, you are going to suffer it in the relationship because it's never going to end. And he may want to cut the pound of his flesh. And that gets you into war as well, that you never want to engage in the relationship. Because if he keeps getting back to the woman or to the ex, you may never understand what you should expect. So finally, ask yourself if you are ready to do this. Are you ready to, embrace the reality that comes with walking into a new home that is already existing, a new family that is already existing? It's a beautiful thing if you have built the capacity. I believe that God still sends men to be a blessing to a family that is already existing, a family that is already living. You can go there and fill the gap that has been left for a long time by another woman. But the question is, how ready are you? How matured are you to carry the responsibility that comes with filling in this gap? You must know that you're not going in there just to marry the man. It's not just about him. It's about him. It's about his children. It's about their dream. It's about their future. It's about their destiny. It's about God's plan for them. And it's about you also, because you also need all the support that is necessary for you to have a fulfilled life. So you've got to sit down and pray and really think about it and watch this video over and over again to take note of all I've said and actually ask yourself questions. And in some cases, you may need to seek counsel to be sure of what you are going into. Thank you for watching this video. And please don't forget to subscribe, share this video, drop a comment to support this video. My name is Esther Christian. Thank you for watching.